What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy Halucha Lucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee, and I'm back with another Raw review. It is Legends Night tonight, and yep, it happened. It was a show that, yep. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I get through this soon because This show was, yep, it happened. It was there. Yeah. As always, you know how my top fives work. I talk about my top five favorite matches or segments or whatever happens that I like, and then I talk about. Well, first I talk about what I did not like, what did not really make the top five, and then I talk about the actual top five. So we're gonna get into this. You know how it works. We're going off first. What did not make the top five? One thing that did not make the top five was all the legend stuff. The legend stuff was not good because for some reason I don't know, WWE has so many legends, and instead of using the legends like in actual things, like they did it for certain legends. They did some stuff with them, but like for the most part, they were just legends that were just backstage, that were just there, uh, doing nothing. Like Alicia Fox, who just even the fact that Alicia Fox is a legend, with they had like IRS, they had Booker T, they had Mickey James, they had IRS, Jimmy's Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, they had I guess Mark Henry, Big Show, uh, Tori Wilson. She's a Hall of Famer, so whatever. Who else was there? Tatanka. Tatanka was there. Boogeyman. I mean, whatever. They whatever. I don't care. But they whatever. Alicia Fox was a legend. That still makes my head hurt. Even though she's like 30, and it was good for a Northern Light suplex, but whatever. Angel Garza was talking to her about him winning the title on TikTok, and then she talked about something on TikTok that I didn't understand, and clearly neither did he. So she left, and then there was another one. He tried to give a rose to Mickey James, and then Sergeant Slaughter, another legend, who was there, called him a maggot, smelled the rose, and then called him a maggot again. Ron Simmons, another legend, he was there. Uh, he was trying to flirt with Tori Wilson, who was with Nikki Cross, and then he was like, "Oh, look, I got Cardi B and Kylie Jenner and somebody else in the in that room. They would like the rose." He was like, "Oh, Cardi B. Oh, yeah, yeah." So he goes in there. He's like, I need the Cardi B," and he goes in there, and his Boogeyman rose up art from our truth, new champion, and then Ron Simmons. Damn. Yeah. So yep, that was the thing. Uh, yep. Yeah. So legend stuff. No. Uh, Shayna with Dandy stuff. I mean, it wasn't horrible. Well, by the way, I got the handy dandy notes right here. But it wasn't horrible. It was just like I need better use of my girl Shayna Baszler. She's the greatest, and I need better use of her, not with this dandy stuff. But it is what it is. Um, and then the final thing is AJ versus Elias. I mean, the match was fine, but it was literally the same thing that happened last week. AJ Styles wins. AJ Styles is like babyface now, which is weird. And they just transferred him to a babyface. Like, oh, you're babyface now. And they're arguing over a guitar thing that was too loud. I don't really know. Whatever. Uh, the only cool spot was like AJ won, and then uh, 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 Jackson Riker tried to hit him with the guitar, and then like he ducked out the way, and then Almas, Jordan like kicked it and then shattered the guitar. That was good stuff. But besides that, it was same thing that happened last week. So on to the top five. Number five, New Day versus Miz and Morrison with the Miz TV stuff that was added into it. The match was, it was fun. It was good stuff. New Day is great. Miz and Morrison, they do what they do. Morrison's the best. They had a Miz TV segment, which turned into a New Day Talk segment, and it was pretty much they were saying that they're like it's like a backyard cookout talk. He said they weren't invited, but since they're there, they're gonna ask them like the hard hitting questions. Morrison was up for it. Miz not so much. Asked him about New Year's resolution. Miz was like, I don't want to, like, this is stupid. And then I think Morrison was like, I want to like lose weight or meet something, or he said something that was kind of funny. And then also with like the legends who he wants to meet or something like that. And then like Morrison goes like Tatanka, which was kind of hilarious too. But Miz is over it after the songs and stuff like that. Teddy Long comes out, saved the segment. He was like, "Hey, I got a solution. Miz and Morrison, you gonna go 2-on-1 with The Undertaker?" And everybody's like, "Yes, The Undertaker." Miz and Morrison's like, "The Undertaker, no!" New Day's all there having a good time. It's like, "How you gotta get The Undertaker?" And then Scrap Iron ruins all our hopes and dreams, and tells him that The Undertaker's not there because he's retired. And then Teddy Long was like, "Oh well, you got tag team match, holla holla, holla holla." So they had the tag team match, which was good stuff. Morrison, anytime he's in the ring with anybody in the New Day, is good stuff. He clocked Xavier Woods pretty hard, and Xavier Woods was like, "Oh, all right, bet." And then he like socked him hard body like a minute later. It's like, yeah, don't ever do that again. So that was good stuff. And then New Day wins. Yeah, good stuff. Not mad at it. I liked the that they're focusing on the tag team stuff. I wish that's what Miz and Morrison would do more. Just do tag team stuff and not try to be in this main event scene. But clearly we all can have what we want. Next up is number 4, Charlotte Flair and Asuka versus Peyton Royce and Lacey Evans. As much as I still don't understand why on this earth they split up Peyton Royce and Billy Kay, and now they're both on separate brands trying to find a tag team. This match was pretty good. The story is pretty good. Lacey Evans has been flirting with Ric Flair all night. Was flirting with Ric Flair. This is one of the good uses with the legends. Flirting with Flair. Flair is like, all right, aha, still got it, styling and profiling. Woo! And then Charlotte Flair, cock blocking all the time. Just like, hey, get away from my father. And then Flair's like, but woo, Ric Flair, they're just playing the game. Woo, no, we ended. Oh, okay, woo. And so that was good stuff. Yeah, good back and forth stuff. I wish there was more. It felt like there wasn't enough Asuka. Need more Asuka. She tag team champion. There was not enough of her. We need Asuka. More of her. Maybe her versus Shayna Baszler at Royal Rumble. Yeah, give me more Asuka. Yeah, no, the match. The match was really good. I enjoyed it. They used the dirtiest player of the game. Tried to after Lacey Evans again went to go up to Ric Flair. Charlotte Flair beat her up. And then who's like, "Yo, same page." And then Ric Flair's like, "Nah, same, same page. Yeah, same page, daughter." And then she went to run the ropes. And then Ric Flair trips up Charlotte Flair on accident. Okay. And yeah, she gets rolled up by Peyton Royce. And then Lacey Evans celebrating. She kisses Ric Flair and then walks away. That was great. And then Charlotte Flair berates Ric Flair, tells him to get out my face. It seems like this has been familiar somewhere. Seems familiar, like they did this before. Cause she said again, and he did this before, and she did it before. And copy and paste, but you know what it is. What it is. It's good that Peyton and Lacey got themselves a win. They're not getting the tag team titles, but it's good that they got themselves a decent win on Raw, on Legends Night. Number 3. Trouble with the Hurt Business. The Hurt Business is floundering, and I love all of it. This starts with Bobby Lashley versus Matt Riddle. Good TV match. I liked it. Good solid match. It started off like really MMA physical type stuff. Matt Riddle was beating up Bobby Lashley before it started, and Bobby Lashley was ragdolling Matt Riddle like there was no tomorrow. He was out here flinging him and then elbowing him and slamming him. He did the one slam on the thing. I was like, yo! He did a one thing where he went to do like his Dominator thing, and then Matt Riddle landed on his feet, like, and then like kneed him in the face. That was all good stuff. Um, Towards the end of the finish, though, Bobby Lashley had him in a hurt lock. Matt Riddle went to like do like some type of cool reversal with the ropes and stuff like that. Referee like ducked, moved out the way. He had him turned around. Matt Riddle tapped. Bobby Lashley let him go. Ref turned around. Bobby Lashley was like, "I win," and then he was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "He tapped out." I was like, "I ain't see him tap out." And then Bobby Lashley gets rolled up for the 1, 2, 3. Matt Riddle wins. It saves Bobby Lashley because it was like, oh, he didn't really beat me. He's like, I beat him, but he ended up getting a sneak victory. So it was like that. And then Bobby Lashley said, "Hey, you got that one. We ain't gonna sweat it. Next time your ass is mine." Paraphrasing. And then after that, later on, Lucha House Party out here with Melina. Lucha Lit Party, or Legends Lit Party, Lucha Legends Party, whatever. They had their match with Hurt Business, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin out here dominating, killing it in the game. And then, of course, as always, Mr. Primetime Cedric Alexander tags himself in. Again, Shelton's not the happiest person. He's like, "Why do you keep tagging yourself in?" And they just kept going back and forth, tagging each like themselves in, not working on the same page. You can't do that with the Lucha House Party. They are experienced, and they've been on freaking fire since the beginning of the year. Oh my God, they've been winning. All they do is win, 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 no matter what. Got winning on it. So yeah, they win. They beat Shelton and Cedric Alexander with a roll up. I think he rolled up Shelton Benjamin. Yeah, there was a thing that happened. And then MVP was not happy. Cedric Alexander was like, "Oh my God, this guy just got beat by Grand Metal League. What's going?" No, Lince Dorado. I think it was maybe Lince Dorado. So yeah, that was good stuff. And then MVP just loses it. He was like, "We are on the same team." Cedric was like, "I didn't lose. He lost." He was like, "We're all the same team. We all lose. You lose, we lose. We all lose." He was like, no. I ain't get pinned. He got pinned. I'm out of here." So Primetime said he went out. Benjamin wanted to punch him in the mouth, and then MVP was like, "Hey, I need more out of you." He's like, "But I need more out of you." So yeah, that was great stuff. That was all good stuff. Um, there was also stuff that Matt Riddle did with Keith Lee. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention there was a thing with the legends. The Hulk Hogan was there with Drew McIntyre, Shelton, Sheamus, and it was a what you gonna do when they whatever. Um, so that was a thing. Number two, um, uh, Orton versus Hardy with all like the Orton segments that was going on. Another good use of the legends. Pretty much Orton had himself a promo. He pretty much just said, "Yeah, I didn't burn Alexa Bliss because for some reason they say what they say is true. The Fiend changes you, and he kind of changed me because I was ready to light Alexa Bliss on fire, but for some reason I showed compassion." Ooh, compassion? He's like, and I hate myself for something like that. He was like, and then I hate myself, and all that hate that I'm gonna have towards me, to myself, is gonna be out for some legends. I'm gonna make sure they all know why I am called the Legend Killer. So throughout the night, he was running to like the old legends that he was with. Matt Riddle was talking to Big Show about Big Bro or something like that, and then he came in and he was talking about, hey, Big Show, hey, buddy, hey, too bad you can't wrestle anymore. And then Big Show was like, who said I can't wrestle? It was like, yeah, you know what I did to you, some time ago, kicked you RKO, kicked you in the skull. You can't wrestle no more. He's like, dude, I can still wrestle whenever I want. And he grabbed him by the throat and he did his thing. He tried to rile him up, uh, and but Big Show wouldn't bite. Did it with Mark Henry. He was like, hey, Mark Henry, hey, just to let you know, buddy, going into the Royal Rumble, and how about you? Huh, you can't. You're old and crippled because you're on a scooter. Oofy. Too bad to be you. He was like, hey, you got a choice. You can get beat up or you can roll. He was like, I want to roll out of here right now. He's like, yeah, you better roll out of here right now. Same thing with Ric Flair. He talked to us, like, hey, how about old time's sake, Rick? Woo! Walk out me with against Jeff Hardy. But hey, don't worry. I ain't going to let you mess up my match like you did Charlotte Flair. Because she's 10 times better than you. Because she's a 10-time champion. 10 times better than you. And then Ric Flair said, hey, you won your title. That's all I wanted. Dirtiest player of the game. You're the best. But you're not anymore. Blah, blah, blah. Leave before I RKO you and stuff. So this is like... So what I liked about all of this was... If this was like back in the day before Fiend Randy Orton, he would have kicked every single legend in the freaking skull. He would have RKO'd everybody. He would have turned the lights off. He would have beat every legend with the baseball bat and all that stuff. But here, he was like, oh, you lucky, oh man, you lucky nobody's holding me back, cause I sock you, yeah, compassion, and that's the thing that what they was saying, like the Fiend changing him, like what he said during the earlier, like he didn't light Alexa Bliss on fire because he wanted to, but he had compassion. He showed compassion to him. He was like he was gonna RKO Big Show and like kick him in the skull, but instead he didn't let him leave because he showed him compassion. He normally would have back in the day kicked the scooter off of Mark Henry, kneed him in the face, hit him with the RKO, but he didn't. Compassion. He would have took Ric Flair, took a chair, popped him in the freaking skull, made him bleed all over the place, but he didn't because he had compassion. At the end of the night, he would have probably turned the lights off and beat every legend up, RKO all the women, but he didn't because he had compassion. I like the little stories, the story that he did through that. Then he had this match with Jeff Hardy, which was really good. He wins with RKO. You know the thing that they did at the Rumble. It was like I'm gonna hit you with the RKO, but I'm gonna reverse it with the hit you with the twisted fade, but I'm gonna reverse that into the RKO. Yeah, he did that. He went back to the earlobes. He went back to the earlobes and ripping out the earlobes and pulling each earlobes and stuff like that. DDTs. You know, they did the hits, you know, the stomping in the face, the backbreakers, twisted fates, whisper in the winds. You know, they put on a good match. They don't miss with their matches. So they had a lot of fun. And then, Jeff, man, I love me some Jeff Hardy, but man, my man is out here hurt and crippled. He's just out here getting hit by RKOs, just getting tapped out by hurt locks all week. I feel so bad for my boy Jeff. He needs to rest his body, man. He needs to rest the body. The body needs to be rested. But otherwise, good match, good win for Randy Orton, and we're gonna see what happens next week. Number one, as you would already guess, would be Keith Lee versus Drew McIntyre. This match was fantastic. I guess I can talk about what I was about to say earlier. Keith Lee did a promo. He was with Sheamus, I think. He was telling him when he faces Keith Lee, make sure he gives him an extra kick in the face for me. And then Drew's like, I'm going to do whatever I got to do to get the title. And then, dun, dun, dun. Let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something, big fella. Let me tell you something, champ. I don't know neither one of your names, so I'm just going to say big fella and champ all night long. Fella champ. And that's pretty much what he did. Sheamus was like, whatever. You both owe me a pint. I don't care about neither one of you. You're both corny as hell. And then he leaves. And then, it's because I think Drew said, wouldn't Sheamus be like Mouth of the South or something like that, whatever. And then Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart was like, hey, Shamey, Come on, Shamey, wouldn't you like? And then he was like, "Wouldn't you leave me alone, fella?" And then Drew McIntyre and Hulk Hogan did the "What you gonna do, Drew McIntyre, when the Pythons, Drew McIntyre, run around on you? What you gonna do? Woo! What you gonna do?" That stuff. So that was a thing, and then the Matt Riddle thing with Keith Lee, and he was talking about him. He was like, "Oh, 2020, new 2021, new champ, new you," and then Keith Lee was like, "All right, bye." So that was a thing, and then this match. Oh yeah, Ricochet talked to Mark Henry too. But yeah, this match happened. All the legends came out. Gave I think Booker T was out there. Gave Keith Lee a fist bump. This match was finger licking good out here in the streets. Keith Lee was taxing that ass on Drew McIntyre. He pounced him out through to the crowd, but there's really no crowd, but the virtual crowd. He like pounced him out of there. Drew McIntyre did this nasty powerbomb on Keith Lee to the announce table. That looked like it hurt. I was like, ew, my back. That looked like it hurt. My boy Keith Lee did the Spanish Fly on Drew McIntyre. That was fantastic. He used to do that stuff in NXT with Dijak, but he really hasn't been able to show off any of those skills. But he did that. I was like, oh yeah, that's good stuff. That's money. I like all of that. Give me all of that. Future Shock DDT, kick out, big old grizzly slap chest things. He did like a chokeslam powerbomb thing. Drew McIntyre did like an overhead toss on him. He tried it 3 times. The first 2 times it wasn't working. I think towards the end, Drew McIntyre was going to go for a Claymore, but he like caught the Claymore, which I think was the first time anybody's ever moved or caught. Well, Randy Orton moved out of Claymore, but thanks to somebody like caught a Claymore, picked him up, was about to hit him with the Spirit Bomb. Drew reverses it. Boom, Claymore, 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre still champion. Drew McIntyre was not kicking out of one like he was kicking out of one for those F5s. He was just out here kicking out of 2, barely kicking out of 2, selling those rib bones. Yeah, this was a good match. They went to congratulate each other, and then Goldberg. Yep, Goldberg showed up. Yep, he sure did. Go. Goldberg comes out the ring and he's like, "Oh, Drew McIntyre. Oh yeah, you say you got a lot of respect for women, for the men and women." He was like, "I don't think you're telling the truth. I think that you have no respect for none of the legends. You think that in your prime that you're better than every single legend back there." And I look at all the legends back there and I'm like, no. He's better than every single legend that's back there. Maybe. Well, Ric Flair. Maybe not Ric Flair. Uh, Drew McIntyre. Booker T. Maybe, but Prime Booker T versus Drew McIntyre Prime. Oh my God! Yes, please give me some of that. Drew McIntyre versus Ric Flair Prime. Oh yeah, give me some of that. Yeah, that's about it. I don't care about anybody else. IRS, God bless him, squash match for Drew McIntyre. Boogeyman, squash match. Ric Flair, give me Ric Flair. Give me Booker T. Hulk Hogan, I mean, of course, it's Hulk Hogan. He would win because he's Hulk Hogan. Who else was back there? Ron Simmons, I love me some Ron Simmons. Give me some of that. But, Drew McIntyre goes over. Who else was back there? Tatanka, Merk and Tatanka. Trying to think of who else was back. Who else was there? Yeah, whatever. Who else was? I'm trying to think of other. Oh, Sergeant Slaughter. Maybe I think Drew would go over, but Sergeant Slaughter versus Drew McIntyre. That's money. I like that. That would be a match I like. But yeah. So yeah, he's pretty much better mostly than everybody that was on that stage. And he said that he speaks for all the legends and said that he wants to chance at Drew McIntyre's title. And then Drew said, "Dude, you're old. Get out of here." He was like, "Wrestling you would be like wrestling my dad," which was great. And then Goldberg was like, oh, yeah. And then he pushes him. And then Raw went off the air. And then I bet Drew McIntyre. I bet back in the day, Drew McIntyre would have got mad. He probably would have punched Goldberg in his stupid mouth. And I wish that's what he would have done. But, yeah, and that was the end of the show. And I was like, oh, it's going to be Drew versus Goldberg at Royal Rumble. Oh, my. I swear for goodness, if Goldberg beats Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble, I might actually, oh my God, I might actually do horrible things to WWE. I might have to go to Connecticut and murder everybody at WWE. Oh my God, please don't let that, oh Lord Jesus Christ, oh Lord, don't let it happen, don't let it happen. But, yep, that was the show. My favorite part of the show was Ali when he was on Raw Talk, and he talked about how all the legends, they're great, paved the way, all that good stuff, but we need guys like him, like Drew Gulak, like Tozawa, who are really good. Like his main point was like there was 3 hours of Raw, and you have just a whole bunch of old people just sitting there doing nothing, while there's guys like him, like Tozawa, like Drew Gulak, like these guys who's not even being used on television. He was like, and it's a shame. Yo, Tozawa and Drew Gulak joined Retribution. I'm just saying, I ain't mad at it. And then put Ricochet in there, and this is why. And then he threw it to like Ricochet was like, hey, we are the change that needs to be on Retribution. Now, if he does this and he throws that on like Raw next week, and he says this, we might have something cooking. I'm just saying, we might have something cooking going on here. I'm just saying. But yep, that was Raw. Raw was whatever. It was a C. I'm being nice. It was a C. What did you guys think? Let me know. Did you like Raw Legends? Did you not like Raw Legends? Is C being very nice? I think it is. But what do you guys think? Let me know. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.